Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version to put together the prophecy of Israel, which became the book of Zion. In order to publish the book of Zion, which is written entirely in Bible passages, I had to write a commentary book, the Potsmoker's Bible, to go along with it in order to legally publish the text. So, I've been reading to you from the Potsmoker's Bible, and today I'm going to be starting out with Amos 3:7, which is Zion 2:8. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Amos 3:7 reminds us all that the Grey always tell us beforehand what they intend to do. They tell us through the prophets, the human interpreters of the telepathic beings our forefathers called God. We are reminded of this fact because of the next verse, Isaiah 28:21, which is Zion 2:9. For the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. This verse warns the wicked that they are in for a shock. The creation of Zion will be a strange event. It will be an awe-inspiring act that no one will believe or imagine beforehand. However, the text does give us two clues. The Grey will rise up as they did at Mount Perazim, and they will be very angry, as they were at the valley of Gibeon. At Mount Perazim, David, the first true king priest of Israel, won a decisive victory over the Palestinians. Gibeon was one of the towns captured during the conquest, when Joshua overthrew the indigenous people after the Gibeonites had deliberately tricked them into signing a peace treaty. The Grey instructed Joshua to destroy the entire tribe. This is in reference to a treaty made between the Grey and the nations of Earth. The Grey gave our nations technology in exchange for genetic material for the creation of the hybrid Greys. The atomic bomb was a direct violation of that treaty. The nations have angered the Grey. The nations will pay the price for their trickery and betrayal. The consequences for that betrayal will be swift and beyond imagining. The people of the earth will be shocked and amazed at the events which will seem to occur without warning. They will simply wake up one morning, turn on their TVs, and watch as their entire society undergoes a sudden transformation. So ends the fourth chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible. So I'm going to read to you now the unabridged second chapter of the book of Zion, called the Closed Book. For the Lord hath poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers and seers hath he covered. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little, until the ancients of days come, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time come that the saints possess the kingdom. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of the recompense for the controversy of Zion. Surely the Lord will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. For the Lord shall rise up, as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth, as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. So ends the 4th chapter of the Pot Smoker's Bible and the 2nd chapter of the Book of Zion. I thought about something because I do have time here for a little bit of commentary, and I don't want to go into anything that is going to be covered in the future, but I thought perhaps I could introduce a thought to you. Now, I've been telling you this whole time that the people who use marijuana in particular, and drug users in general, are a ancient form of priesthood. All of the prophets of the ancients, the prophets of Delphi, the seers, the shamans, the holy men, even today, holy men in some Buddhist and Hindu regions in Asia still use marijuana as a sacred rite. And that is how I use it. It is a sacred way. I use marijuana because it activates my latent telepathic genes. Well, mine aren't latent anymore because mine are like fully fucking active. But because I smoke marijuana, and because the ancients smoked marijuana, the priesthood, we could communicate with God. And when I end my sessions, I always say, may the Great watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. And may they teach you right from wrong. May they be your guides. But you have to invite them in. Now, only those who are telepathic will actually be able to communicate with the Grey. But you have to invite them into your mind. Now, this is a invitation to chaos and madness and the path. It's like a gauntlet, okay? When you invite the Grey in this chaotic atmosphere with all of the evil-minded junk that's out there, when you open up your telepathy on a conscious level, you're inviting every telepathic thing out there to bombard you with shit. But so you have to be specific. Speak only to Ishi of the Grey, or the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will do. And I would not go to any other form than those two. If you're not, if you're not Jewish, or you think you're opposed to Judaism in some form, then please call upon the Grey, or call upon Ishi, because that will get you there. But call upon them in prayer, because a prayer is a telepathic communication, a mental thought sent to someone specific, in this case, Ishi. So invite Ishi and those who are with him to open a line of communication with you. Invite them to prove themselves to you, so that you can find your way through the gauntlet of telepathic awakening. So, pray to Ishi, because that name, it might not reach my Ishi, but it'll reach an Ishi that is your Ishi. And so that we can have one unified way to acknowledge and to work with just those entities that we want to work with, which is the Grey, which is those representative of the Gray Council, represented by Ishi. So, what I want you to do, if you get high, I want you to smoke a bowl. And I want you to wait until that magical moment that we all know and love so well, where you go from being straight to being high. And at that moment, when you feel that transition, then you're like, hey, Ishi, but you're thinking this. Hey, Ishi, are you there? Is anybody out there? Yeah, it's like start a conversation in your head. Don't be surprised if somebody answers back. Because some of us who smoke pot are telepathic. That's what pot does to you. And if you do get that, fuck, the answer, then know that you're acceptable to them. Now, you may not be perfect. And a lot of you are going to go, really? They're accepting me after I've done this and I've done this and you know, society thinks I really suck and I got a record and I've been in prison and blah. Yeah, those are the ones that got ones. Because you're the ones that have been tried by fire. You're the ones that have been through the ringer and you've fucking outlived the game. You know, you won. And believe me, winning was going to prison. Because you won your way through the gauntlet into the truth. You stood up for your beliefs. You stood up to the man. And you said, fuck you, put me in jail. Because that's the only way you're going to fucking get me to stop smoking. And that's exactly what I told the judge when I went to prison. I literally told him, I said, if you want me to not get high, then you're going to have to put me in prison for it. Because if I'm out on the street, I'm guaranteeing you I'm going to be getting high because that is my religious belief. It's like you are not going to keep me from talking to God. And you're not going to keep God from talking to me. Because that was the thing that was the thing about King David. God talked to David. When David called out to him at Perazim, as the book says. When David called out to God when he was like about to be annihilated by the Philistines, God said, hey, here I am. Ta-da. You know, it was real. And when Joshua was told, you know, it's like, hey, those motherfuckers, they stabbed us in the back. They tricked us into signing the treaties they never were going to honor. They took our shit and they fucking made shit out of it. They're worse than drug dealers. God loves drug dealers. So if you deal drugs, say a prayer. Because you just might be surprised. I guarantee you. The being that answers you will be a whole hell of a lot more powerful than any church going Sunday banging preacher will ever be. Because my God is real. A living, breathing, alien God. With the power to come into our atmosphere and stand up with us to our oppressors. And they're willing to do that if we invite them in. So, let's invite them in. Get high. Say a prayer. Say, hey God, come down here and teach me your ways, because I hear they're awesome. Do it in the name of Zion. Say, hey, in the name of Zion, Ishi, please reveal yourself to me. Let me know that I'm one of yours. You might be surprised. So let the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. Invite them in. You might be surprised. Let your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, being the Kronai. Stay happy and high, my friends. Know that I love you. The Grey love you, too. They're standing by, waiting for you to call upon them. So do that for me, okay? If you call upon them, they will come. Especially if we do it together. So until next time, I'll say later now. Because you know me, I'll never say goodbye.